Hi guys, in this lecture I'm gonna talk about using LOGDUMP utility. In this lecture you will learn how to use the LOGDUMP to navigate the trail file records, understand the output of the LOGDUMP utility, control the LOGDUMP view, and display statistics about the records in a trail file. LOGDUMP utility is used to look into the trail files and search for the transactions, filter the transactions, and save them in external files. This is particularly useful in some Golden Gate troubleshooting scenarios, like recovering some lost changes in the data. The way the trail files is structured, it started with a file header, followed by sequence of the transactions in the trail. The file header has information about the trail file, the machine, the database, the producer, and the recovery mode. The transaction record starts with its own header, followed by the data and the tokens. The transaction header is called Golden Gate Header or GHDR. The utility will help you to have a look at those components in the trail files. To start the utility, you simply issue its name at the Golden Gate home directory. In the command prompt of the utility, you can issue the command help to display the online command help. To exit from the command prompt, you can use either the exit or quit commands. You start using the utility by opening a trail file. You use the command open to open the trail file. You can control which data to display in the LOGDUMP utility. The table is showing you the commands that help you to achieve this control. GHDR on is used to view the record header. By the way, when we say record in LOGDUMP, we mean by that the operation in the trail file, not the record in the table. Detail on is used to display more information like column information. Detail data is used to add hexadecimal and ASCII data values to the column information. User token on is used to display the user tokens. File header is used to display the header of the currently open trail file. Usually I enable all of them when I use LOGDUMP utility. To display which options are currently enabled, use the command env. You can set the reading position of the utility using the command position. You can use that command to move the reading position to a specific relative byte address or RBA, to the first record in the file, or to the end of the file. You can use the command to control the reading direction, reverse direction, or forward direction. To search for the next record header that comes after the current reading position, use the command scan for header or SFH. If you use the brev option, the utility would look for the previous record. To display the current record, use the command next or its abbreviation, the letter N. If you are configuring the self-describing trail files, source data definitions structure is saved in the trail files. Use the scan for metadata command to find and display the metadata information from the trail files. If you use the DDR option, you will get information about the source database system like its platform, character set, operating system, and others. If you use the TDR option, you will obtain information about the next table definition record in the file. You will see the table structure displayed for you. Here is an example of what a record may look like in the LOGDUMP. I will try to decode for you the meaning of the most important record header fields. But before I start with this, please be aware that there could be a slight difference in the output between the Oracle Golden Gate versions. The upper part of the output is the head of the record, or what's called GHDR. From there you can get some useful information about the record. HDRIND is always E, and it indicates that the trail was created by an extract process. Before-after field takes either the value of A or the value of B. A indicates that the current record values are from the after image record. B indicates that the current record values are from the before image record. In Oracle Golden Gate 12.2, by default, the after image and the before image values are merged together in the same trail record. In this case, you can see the after image values and the before image values in the same record. And in this case, this field will take the A value. The header also displays the record length in bytes, the date and time of the commit record as indicated by the I/O time field. All records in a transaction will have the same commit timestamp. You can also know the operation type from the I/O type field. There are 32 operation types. If you want to see a list of all of them, just issue the command show rec type command in the LOGDUMP command prompt. The trans IND stands for transaction index. It basically tells you if this record is the first record in the transaction, or it is in the middle of a transaction, or it is the last record in the transaction. I will list the possible values that this field may take in the next slide. The format type could take either the value R or F. R means the data was read from the transaction log file, and F means it was fetched from the database. The audit RBA is typically the identifier of the transaction log file. For an Oracle database, this is the redo log sequence number. The combination of the audit RBA and the I/O time identifies any transaction. The audit BOZ is the position in the transaction log of the data. The continued field takes one of the values, Y or N. It indicates whether or not the record is a segment of a larger piece of data that is too large to fit within one record, such as LOB. Most of the information in the header can be obtained in a process parameter file using the getinv function with the GG header option. You will learn on those functions later in the course. Underneath the header, you will see information about the data. You can know the operation type and the time in which the record was written, the name of the object affected by the operation, whether the displayed information is before or after image data, and the column information with the data displayed in hexadecimal and ASCII formats. You will see over there the column index and the length of each column. The tokens will be displayed in the end of the record. You will learn about user tokens later in the course. This table lists the possible values that the trans IND could take and the meaning of each value. It represents the location of the displayed record in the transaction. This is quite useful because you use it to know the beginning and the end of the transactions that you are investigating. Typically, when you work with the LOGDUMP utility, you're investigating a specific transaction or data. You wouldn't go through all the records in the trail file. For that purpose, you apply a filter to control which records to display in the LOGDUMP command prompt. You can apply a filter based on a table name, which simply means you want to work on the records of the given table. You can also apply a filter based on CSN number to look into the operations executed within the given transaction. You can apply more than one filter at a time, and the filter has the include and exclude options. If you use include, it means you want to display only the records of the given table or transaction. Exclude has the opposite effect. If you use it, it means you want to display everything except the given table name or transaction. Wildcard is accepted for the table names using the asterisk symbol. There are many other options that can be used with the filter, more than what is displayed in the slide. I'm just showing you here simple syntax to demonstrate the concept. For example, you can apply filter based on the relative byte address, token name, I/O operation, and others. Please refer to the documentation for the full list of the filter options. If you want to clear the filter in effect, use the clear option of the filter command. The first example in the slide is showing you how to apply a filter that displays the records of only the leaves table. The second example is showing you how to apply a filter to display all the records in the trail file except those of the leaves table. The count command displays general statistics about the data in the trail file. You can know the total number of transactions in the file, total size of the records in the file, the number of updates, delete, and insert operations, number of operations that affected LOB objects, and many other useful figures. The detail option of the command displays the statistics for each table or data file that was processed by the extract. The end time option instructs the LOGDUMP to stop the count with the last record written at the given time. The file option is used to define the tables affected by the count, and it accepts the wildcard symbol, which is asterisk. Please note here that the file option is not to specify the trail file. It is used to specify the table names. If you want to apply the count command on multiple trail files, use the log option. Again, this option accepts the wildcard symbol. After you apply the filter and display only the records you are investigating, you might need to save those records to an external file. LOGDUMP allows you to do this using the save command. The syntax is easy. You just issue the save command followed by the file name that you would like to create. You can specify the number of records to be saved in the new file. And that's it for this lecture. You have learned some basics about using LOGDUMP utility. The next lecture is a practice lecture where you will learn how to use the LOGDUMP utility. See you over there. Thank you very much.